someone's drinking breaking your heart, you might be surprised at what you can learn in an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or go to alanon.org.
1230 WBZT. The thoughts and opinions expressed are those of the sponsors and don't necessarily reflect those of this station or iHeartMedia.
Well, it's noontime, and two boys from Brooklyn want to serve you a huge portion of humor for lunch. So let's break out the lunch pail. Or the sandwich you packed. Les Dunn and Freddie S. bring you jokes and nostalgia mixed in with some important information about medicine, food, dating, or just the stuff you need to help that bagel go down nice and smooth. And if you have a story about anything you want to share, a bad date, a movie review, or just a strange thing that happened to you at work, call in and join the fun toll free at 1-800-889-0267 right now. So, sit back and let's start the lunch break. Les, Dawn, and Freddie S. are ready to go. So here are the boys from Brooklyn and Dawn.
You're on. And good afternoon. You know, I hate it when I do mistakes. Good afternoon, South Florida.
Hello, hello, hello.
New York City, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, all those other places. Dawn usually does that. Dawn is not here today.
Dawn is not.
Dawn is in Miami doing some stuff with her son. It's all cool. We have Erica Obando here today.
Hello.
And I think you can come and see us live on amp2.tv Productions on Facebook. Is it on? Anybody know?
We are checking
Is anybody on?
to see. Let's see.
And I just wanted to say, Dawn, that when you're not around, I get sort of discombobulated here. So
Yes, Dawn, please come back, Dawn. Please, please.
See, that's
Yeah,
a great
it's,
thing. Dawn, you're missed.
take it easy. She ain't that miss. Easy.
I
but-
miss her.
But
I miss
somebody
her.
has to. Huh?
I miss her too.
Do you?
Yeah, man.
What a mess I got here.
Yeah, man.
And then I had a call right before the show started, so I had to set this thing up by myself. This ain't no fun, man.
Oh, no.
I put it.
Unbelievable. But anyway, we are on. It is streaming. Everything's good. Everybody's here. Anybody got any breaking news? You hear anything? What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Let's start there.
Oh my God! I am hosting at my house. I'm hosting some of my friends and my son who gets back from FSU today.
Are you cooking?
Yay!
You need
I
to
am
get
cooking.
Are you
A
a
little
good cook?
closer to the mic, please.
Okay, here we go.
Bring that closer.
Yeah.
Are you a good
Newbie.
cook?
No, remember what I said? I'm
You're
a,
not a
I'm
good
a cook.
You're a bad cook. Then
I'm
how
a
you
good
celebrating
cook.
Thanksgiving for?
And it's takeout.
And excited. I'm gonna make turkey that stinks.
No. Listen, I
That
make the best turkey. My
Do you?
son will attest to that because I actually found this recipe by mistake. I was very young hosting my first Thanksgiving. I think I was like 24 or something like that. And I was making this turkey for a family. I was super nervous. And a bunch of, I had a bunch of ingredients. I had a Coca-Cola bottle fall into my tub of turkey.
That usually
mic
helps.
closer to you.
That always helps.
Hold on a second. You have a
When
Coca-Cola?
something, yeah,
Coca-Cola, it browns it.
well, it makes it taste
like an
so
acid.
delicious.
Oh, so now you put Coca-Cola.
You
do.
can.
Wait, I
No
marinated.
diabetics. No diabetics to your house. Is
I
it Diet
marinated-
Coke at least?
No, it's not Diet
No,
Coke.
my mother always uses Coca-Cola.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, you're the first person, let me tell you, because every time I tell somebody I marinated with mojo, of course, because it's the Spanish
Delicious,
default
of
setting, right?
course. Uh-huh.
Mojo, white wine, and Coca-Cola for 3 days. People are like, what?
And Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
I
and
usually
Coca-Cola.
do beer.
Yeah, we've done beer too.
No, I haven't
Yeah, I
done
do beer.
beer.
Beer's good.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola
You know what
works.
you can do beer with? The Puerto Ricans with arroz con pollo,
Arroz con pollo.
chicken and rice, they put beer in there. And my mother did it the other day. It was delicious.
I'm
We're
going to
Costa
make
Rica.
you a chicken stew.
Let's do this.
And I do it with white wine.
You just put a piece of chicken in a bottle of beer? Is that what you do?
No, I go to El Presidente buy it from them.
Of course you do.
You and the
Why is it-
presidente.
Right?
Presidente. Well, you know, Thanksgiving is a day of giving. And somebody told me this morning that traditional, we're going to introduce Liz Becker in a second.
Of course.
Traditional, what kind of things you shouldn't do, or what kind of wacky stuff do you do on Thanksgiving? And being that we had such a wacky political thing and all that, so they came up with different ideas. So before we do that, let's introduce Liz Becker.
Miss Liz Becker.
That was like a cliffhanger. It's like, and what we do, that's crazy. Oh, let me introduce Liz Becker.
You
She's
like,
right.
you like the way the way I did that?
That's good.
You like the way I did that?
Nobody's interested in who I am now. They're interested in
Of course they are.
Yeah,
National
what is the
crazy on
cliffhanger?
Thanksgiving.
Hold on a
National
second.
Association of Divorced Professionals. Absolutely, we want to know what you do. But before we do that, I want to know, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Well, it all depends if my fridge will be fixed at around 3 o'clock this afternoon
need a
because it
fridge?
decided to die yesterday.
Oh,
and-
no.
Oh yeah. And I
You
had
are the
to
second
beg.
person I've heard whose refrigerator has
Really?
gone kaput.
Yeah, I have people coming over and it just died on me. And it's a pretty new fridge and it's under warranty.
And she
so
said the same thing, that
Yeah.
her fridge is new.
It just doesn't want me to cook.
Well, the
It
good thing
doesn't
is
want
that-
my cooking in
Boy,
it.
I'm
for
excited.
Thanksgiving.
It just doesn't want you cooking on it.
Right? There you go.
But at least you have some warranty on it. Can you imagine if it was like last minute? People,
Right.
nobody's gonna come out to fix your fridge if it's not under
No.
warranty.
Well, this
So-
is what happened. I called and actually they said, "Oh yeah, we can come next week." And I said, and you could tell that the girl really didn't like her job that helped
Oh,
me.
that's always
And I
lovely.
said, "Well, that's not going to work because I have a bunch of people coming over for Thanksgiving on Thursday." And she wouldn't help me. She put in the appointment for Monday. And I said, "You know what? Give me the phone number of the company that's coming to do it." And
There you go.
I had a really nice lady answer the phone and she sent someone today. So they're actually supposed to be
Perfect.
coming in an hour. So I'll let you know how that works because I may be going out for Thanksgiving to a restaurant.
So
come to my house. I have plenty
There you
of
go.
turkey.
I'll bring you a fridge.
Coca-Cola turkey.
Coca-Cola turkey. Now, you know, with her turkey, you don't need a beverage.
No,
that's
wait.
right.
I
course you do.
You don't even drink.
forgot the best part. Once I season it, I wrap it in bacon and I throw it in the
I've
oven.
seen
The
that
turkey?
too. Yes.
Yes.
A turkey wrapped in bacon?
Yes, I've seen
It
that.
is.
It's
I'm telling you,
delicious.
it's like it looks like pulled pork afterwards because it falls apart.
Totally.
It's so
how,
soft.
how do you wrap a turkey in bacon?
You just put
That's a
strips
lot of bacon.
You use
How
a
big is the
stapler?
turkey?
I mean,
You
how
put
do
it-
you do that?
You put a
Wait,
bed of
you-
bacon and then you put it over. You wrap it like a mummy.
Correct.
Wow.
Oh my God, you and I are
Right.
How
Right
big
here.
is this bacon? What did you kill the entire
You buy
pig?
like 2
The
pounds of
strips
bacon.
of bacon.
Oh, you put it
Freddie,
on?
you know, you and
Yeah,
I
the-
need to have a cooking class together.
Absolutely. I'm going to
bring
bring in
the
a whole
turkey here.
kitchen in here.
You know,
The
before you
bacon
cook
won't work
it,
with my kosher turkey. It's not gonna.
Oh, that's true,
It's
right?
just gonna
Kosher-
repel it. I'll try to
what's a
wrap it. It'll be
kosher-
like, no, get off.
What's a kosher turkey?
it's got a little
just
yarmulke
turkey
on
that's
it.
kosherized. It's got a yarmulke on it.
It's got a little yarmulke.
A little yarmulke. Oh my
It's a
God, that's
kosher.
disgusting.
It's been kosherized.
It
It's been
comes.
blessed.
It comes with the dreidel,
With a what?
with a little dreidel
With
in
a
it,
little dreidel.
and its wing.
Dreidel.
Yeah.
Really?
That's right.
Yeah.
For
Terrible.
Hanukkah, Thanksgiving.
Really? And what's the cracker they eat, right? They eat it with the cracker?
With the cracker.
It just
with
repels
the
bacon.
matzah.
That's it. That's all. It happens.
Liz, I'm not joining in that joke.
And you know, you brought this up. All right, so, and Connecticut, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm gonna be eating
You're always eating.
delicious. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna go anywhere because my mother can't make anything. I don't ever cook Thanksgiving dinner.
No?
Really?
No, she's always like, get out of my kitchen. So I don't know what to do. So I think she's going to my brother-in-law's parents' house, and I'm probably gonna sleep, and they'll bring me a plate. It's no big deal,
It's funny, I never cooked a turkey for Thanksgiving. I've always eaten, someone's always brought one over.
right? I thought I was gonna have to work. We're not gonna have a show that day, right?
Thanksgiving?
Uh-huh.
Of course we're having
This is
a
a
show.
great time to ask that.
course
Right
we're
on
having
the
a
air.
show.
Lunch doesn't start till
We're gonna be
4.
live, really?
Of course.
We're gonna be live on that day.
What do you think?
I don't know. Whatever.
No, not that day, Friday.
Friday we're coming in. No, come on, give me the day off. Come on, dude. I need that day off.
Friday, not only are you
On
coming
the
in,
spot.
not only are you coming in, you may have a second tour of duty.
What does that mean?
That means we may have another remote.
No, I can't.
No, you can't.
I can't do it.
If you're here,
I'm
I'll
already.
take you with me, we go.
I'm not available Friday. I'm telling you.
She's gonna be sleeping.
What does that mean?
That means I can't work on Friday.
Really? Well,
Really.
then I gotta get another board up.
Gonna
'Cause I
have
need a
to.
board up.
And we're closed. We're actually closed on Friday as
Yeah,
well.
no, but they can't close us out. It's against the contract.
Okay.
So we will be on. Now that you said that, I'm definitely gonna be on.
All right.
We shall see.
I can bring bacon turkey.
That's it. You win Pepsi Cola turkey.
But yeah, I'm not
No,
really
Coca-Cola.
doing anything. So it's whatever. I'm okay with that.
We'll see what happens.
I worked last year. I was here, the only person in
Well,
the
you know
building.
who's coming Friday to help me and Dawn?
No.
Sarah.
She's here Friday? All right, we'll see.
All right, we'll
Listen, but I was here last Thanksgiving. I was the only person in the building. editing weather, and I was still an intern, so I didn't really know.
Oh,
You didn't know the difference.
I did,
Well,
but I did a great job, and based on that performance, they're like, we're hiring her because she's good. And
There
she's,
you go. You
you
see,
see
so
that?
it paid off.
Thanksgiving is a good
Right,
day
so
for
you never know what's
She's-
going to happen on Friday.
Right, and she's willing to work on Thanksgiving, and I'm telling you, it was like The Shining.
No, I
I
wouldn't
come
do
in
that.
here, and I'm the only person. I'm like, there has to be one engineer, not one engineer. There has to be one salesperson. Get out of
Nothing.
here.
Do
Nothing.
you know, I have to do a production on Thanksgiving. There are two people that absolutely must go live at the other station.
What?
So I'm going to take my remote stuff. I'm going to set it up
Where?
in the other
At
station.
NN? Oh, how did they?
At 6 to 7, 7 to 8. How do you like that?
Good God Almighty.
I know.
So listen. So, as far as last night's show, how did that go with Sarah?
It went really well.
Good.
Really well.
Did she like it?
I think she liked it.
Awesome.
But it's all
Good
good.
to hear. I was stuck here, so there you go.
I know. We'll light a candle for you later. Okay,
Thanks.
so moving on.
Moving on.
Let's talk to Liz Becker about what it is that you do. Now, me and Liz have a little history.
Please do tell. I'm curious
We-
because
we
you
used to-
guys seem to have
we used to
just
do a show
awesome
called
friendship
Freddie
chemistry.
Fix It in another station. It was on Monday night, 6 to 8. We used to do 2 hours.
Yeah,
Remember that?
we did.
And Liz Becker was there. My son was there.
Wow.
Freddie was part of the crew. And Liz always had, we used to do like he said, she said. We used to do some real funky stuff. You know, it was a lot of fun. And then she disappears.
It disappeared.
So 3 years later.
we do that once in a while, right?
Yeah, we have to.
So
Cocoon.
3 years later, I'm at Starbucks on Glades Avenue. I met Duende to come up here. And guess who I run into?
Destiny.
None other than-
Destiny, right?
Destiny, fate.
Then Break It Down Becker. So what have you been doing? What is going on? Tell us about
Oh my gosh,
Liz
so much.
Becker, yes.
Yes, a
What's
lot of fun stuff. Well, like you know, I when I was co-hosting with you at the time, I was a
Yes.
communication skills coach.
Yes, you were.
And
You still are,
trainer.
right?
I still am. Yeah, that hasn't changed. But there was an endeavor and something that always had been a passion of mine for many years, being that I specialize in divorce and parenting. And I found an incredible partner, Vicki Townsend, who next time you're gonna have her on your show because she
should have brought it down.
is a special lady.
She's
Yeah,
in New
yeah.
York, isn't she?
No, she's here.
Oh.
She's here. She's in Fort Lauderdale. And we decided to put together something that doesn't exist, and that is an association for all professionals that touch on the divorce process to be able to unite them and give them an online and in-person platform to help themselves and help others in various different ways. So we have launched various chapters across South Florida and just launched nationally in Connecticut. And we have professionals that are in the legal, in the financial, in the mental health, and residential areas and industries that get together once a month. They do amazing strategic networking and build alliances and relationships. And they also get exposed to amazing information because they have what we call an NADP Ed Talk every month, which gives the members a chance to educate all the other professionals on their profession, their expertise, and the connection with divorce, so that the other professionals in the other industries that have no idea what's going on in that specific field can better serve their own clients. Right. And at the end of the day, what's happening is, and which is really our mission, is that we want to be able to make a positive impact on the divorce process one professional at a time. You know, there was only a certain bandwidth that I had being a coach and helping the consumer and the person going through divorce. There's only so much I can do. The real big change lies within the professionals that are helping them through the process.
That's incredible. Liz and I had an opportunity to speak before the show started, and if you don't mind, I'll share
Yes,
our
go ahead.
conversation.
Yes.
It's so wonderful how our lives align a certain way. I actually am very involved with the second part to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I have sponsored a group called Second Saturday Broward Implantation, who is composed of 6 different women that created this group, Second Saturday Broward, and they teach the consumer, like you said. They teach and they educate people how to go about collaborative divorce proceedings as opposed to the cat and dog fight all the time. And the only ones that pay the price there are the kids, the children, right?
Exactly.
And your bank account, because you're sitting there so focused on fighting each other that your bank account, it's dwindling away, your kids are dwindling away. And, so it's so beautiful that I get to meet the first part of what I've been involved in this far.
Well,
That's
I got a
awesome.
question. So what you're saying is that if you're going through a divorce, these professionals guide you through this process?
Absolutely. I mean, it takes a village to help someone go through divorce,
love
right?
that.
So really you're going to need so many different professionals through it, whether it's the realtor, the financial advisor, of course, the attorney. And there's different kinds of processes nowadays. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to litigate, but you may need a litigator, or you may need just a mediator, or you may need someone that is a collaborative law professional. So there's so many different routes. So what happens is that first of all, first and foremost, there's plenty of information out there when it comes to consumers, right? Just like this Second Saturdays,
Correct.
they can find articles online of what they need to do and how they need to do it. Right. The problem lies is that there's no information for the professionals on how to deal with their clients, right? How to better serve their clients. That was sort of the gaping hole in this industry. So in this platform that we have, we're able to get them to learn, get them to create alliances so that they can help their clients better by recommending maybe another professional that already they know once a month is getting education on all areas of the process, right? It's amazing to see the outcome at play and then see the end result with the consumer and how it's going to touch them, and already is.
And it's fixing a very volatile situation when there is volatile situations. Is that what you're saying? It takes away all the age and all that?
Absolutely. I mean, when you have, let me give you an example, just to show you how the trickle-down effect works. So we had at one of our chapters, we have chapters in Aventura, 2 in Fort Lauderdale, and Boca. We were going to start with one chapter. We have, I think, almost 7 now at the end of the year, and we just launched 10 months ago. And it's just amazing how it spread so quickly because the need is obviously there.
Right, there was a need, you filled it.
Exactly.
You filled it.
Exactly. And at one of our chapters, we had our real estate agent that specializes in divorce as well and has many divorcing clients. She did a wonderful NADP Ed Talk. And when she was talking, she was explaining that, when you sell your house and it's a divorce situation, someone walks in, right, and it's, coming to see the house. And you automatically can tell if it's a divorce situation. Usually it's one spouse that already moved out of the house, right? And you'll see that the bed is only, half made or being half slept in. All the pictures are on one nightstand. There's half of the closet is empty, right? And that may not be the best way to sell a home. So usually realtors will go in and stage the home. And they'll go in and they'll start moving things. And at that point of that conversation, that Ed Talk, the child psychologist in the chapter, intercepted and just said, can I add something to that? Please keep in mind that when you're doing that, there's children involved.
Correct.
And those children are already going through something really traumatic. So if you can just take 1 minute before you move anything around and just ask the child's permission or have them involved in it, have them be part of it, because that could be a world of difference.
Right.
So now after that NAB Ed Talk, every other realtor in that chapter learned that and enforces that now. So when they're going into a home and they see that, before going in and staging it right away, they're going to think twice about the children, right? They're going to go in. So this is the trickle-down effect. This is the education that's not out there to the public, to the professionals that we're providing, and it's just fantastic to see the response.
What the hell were you 10 years ago?
Right?
I know, right?
Well, why do you think this came about? Both from,
Exactly.
my experiences.
When I got divorced, there was no reasoning anything.
No, I gotta tell you, we were sharing our respective stories, and I'm divorced. I divorced my
Welcome to the club.
right. I mean, it's like an initiation.
$50 billion industry.
I was young, and when I
You're
got
divorced
divorced,
too, right?
yeah. When I got divorced, I was one of the lucky ones. We were saying this, that it's not usually the case because, we were both, young, but we were still very understanding of each other. Okay, you're going to go this way. And I represented myself, and we literally sat down together and we're like, okay, listen, the only person that will suffer here is our kid. So if we can go forward thinking of that common ground, we're going to be okay. And we were. And it was very, it wasn't easy. Obviously, a divorce is not easy. But the fact that you don't have the cat and dog fight, it just helps so much. Where I've seen the reverse of that. I've seen the kids are completely forgotten in the process.
Yeah.
And then the parents are just emotionally attached to this proceeding. And they don't realize that it's not that hard. You know, just be fair, cut ties, and then refocus on the important part, which is your kid. Because at the end of the day, this is the breaking or making of your child.
Exactly.
Right?
And divorce is going to mean to your child what you make it mean. And but the question is that the professionals are really a big part of that, right? Because there it's like this step, right? It's going to be what professionals are helping you through the process and all of that. How educated are they? How willing are they to better serve you?
It's their philosophy that's going to take place on this game.
Absolutely, absolutely, because it's going to be traumatic no matter what. It's a horrible transition. It's not, you can think of it positively, which I always do, and it can be a great transition, but the actual process itself sucks. The process itself can never be, even if we did it, I did it the same way as you, and really no conflict, but it's still, you're going through emotional turmoil. Your children's lives are changing, your life is changing. So it's something that is so important to be able to help, regardless of what the process is going to be, but to be able to do it in a way that their children's best interests are taken heart. One of the things that we did, for example, we recently, when you said something very important, that most professionals, they don't see the child, right? They're dealing with the person going through it. So they're not in their face. They're not experiencing the divorce from their eyes. They're doing their job for their job. They know what they're doing. They know what they can recommend, and that's it. And they don't see the child in front. So
it's about money, honey.
A big part of it is about money. And
let's call it what it is.
Yes.
My attorney was charging me $300 an hour.
Absolutely.
To pick up the phone, because
I went to Tampa, right, and I was chit-chatting with her for 45 minutes about what she does and what she's doing.
And you had to pay for it.
She billed me.
She did not.
I said, "Are you serious?" She says, "Were you in my office?" I said, "But we were talking about you."
Yeah.
She says, "You ain't here to talk about me."
Well, that's just because you talk too much, Freddie.
No, it was because she was acting like she was giving me some kind of mental stimulation here. She was helping me. Give me a break.
So she went from attorney to therapist to back to attorney.
I'm a 10. She was good. She was good. But I have something for you. I think, because my son, Freddie, and is getting married on the 28th.
Yes, congratulations.
Congratulations.
On my birthday.
And
it's a good day.
And and I think that what we should do, I don't know, people calling me on Monday. Yeah. I think that what we should do, when you get married, you have to sign a contract, right? Marriage certificate.
Marriage license. Okay. Yeah.
And then sometimes you have to sign the prenup. Suppose that doesn't go over well.
Right.
You should have a contract in place through your organization that you sign that says these are the steps we're going to do in case there's a divorce.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Break the test tube. Remember the cigarette?
Well, that's pretty much a prenup. I mean, they get prenups for that reason to, anticipate if they do get divorced, this is what's going to happen. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But again, who's the one that's recommending the prenup? What is the information that's going to be put in there? What are the aspects? Yeah, but what are the aspects that you want in the prenup and all those things? Because here comes all the industries and the villages that it takes, right? How would you split your property? What would custody be like?
But what I would do is I would have the game playing set.
To do a prenup.
So are you saying that a prenup doesn't necessarily have to be linked to finances? It's just a procedure.
It depends on what kind of money we're talking about.
Right, exactly.
But the bottom line here is that you go into this marriage knowing that if it doesn't work, and you know something, I hate to say this, but because of the political and the stress and the monies and the society, your chances of making it in marriage now are very, very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll tell you something which was sad at the same time of shocking. My in-laws celebrated 57 years of marriage yesterday. Wow. And I'm like, how do you make, what is the key component? Because nowadays it's so rare. It's very sad, but it's rare that you talk to anybody that says, I've been married for 20 plus years. Because you know what?
Doesn't exist.
Unfortunately, the companionship became disposable. You know, it kind of like what we live our lives. You
Right.
know, the TV doesn't work. Okay, it's disposable. You just go get a new one. Well, marriage kind of fell into
Holy
that
Charlie,
as well.
that's heavy.
Yeah.
My parents have been married 67 years.
67.
And I
That's
asked my
insane.
father, Dad, what's the secret? And he goes, what? Well,
You know
Dad,
what?
how-
My father-in-law said the same
Yeah,
thing.
what?
It's a big batch of yes, dear, and you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure there's more to that. Which, by the way, congratulations to your parents and to my in-laws because
don't
that's
know.
just.
It's
But
right.
you know, it is true because I'm trying to get my mother and father to come over for the wedding, and he doesn't want to come because he's 80. It's gonna be 86. He said, I'm just gonna stay and die. Why do I gotta go over there? So she says, I won't leave without him. And son, that's
Yeah.
a testament to their.
It's different generation. It's different generation, and
Old school.
you know, it's old school.
Well, how come we
And-
can't teach our kids old school no more? Why is it all of a sudden old school don't work?
I've taught my son old school
Yeah.
a lot of things. I mean, look, I have an 18-year-old son that I can't remember the last time I cooked for him. I mean, that sounds bad,
Do you
but
cook
you
a
know what I
lot?
mean. Huh?
Do you cook a lot?
I don't
'Cause she
cook a
started
lot.
off saying that she didn't cook a lot.
When's the last time I cooked, period?
I don't. I have a busy schedule.
I know,
But no,
you're busy.
he
I
does his own laundry since middle school. He cooks and he cleans up. Well, the cleaning we're still working.
How old
on.
is he?
It's a pro- 18. He's
There
gonna
you
be
go,
19.
ladies. Listen, it's a catch.
But
Guy does
you
his
know,
own thing.
Yes, he's a very good catch. But the thing is, there's so much old school you could teach them because then he's part of this environment. The environment has a lot to play into it.
Sure,
I
it's
mean,
completely different.
I'm going to tell you.
Completely different internet
But-
challenges, like you said,
Yeah.
disposable. Everything is achievable and attainable.
But I mean-
you don't
Right.
even need money for things.
I'm going to tell you, the best way to teach millennials right now on how to do things is you look at the shows they watch, and then you go through that. So Blue Bloods, which is my favorite show, has Sunday dinners. You got to be there or be square. You ain't there, you better have a
Absolutely.
good reason that
Yeah.
you're not there. But old school says you got to be there, right? So I asked my kids, I asked my two boys, and I asked Sarah, my stepdaughter, can I have one thing?
Oh,
I
yeah,
asked.
you said this.
Sunday
the-
One
dinners.
thing, Sunday dinners. That's all, and I'll pay for it.
Yeah,
I'll
too
put the
late.
food out.
Too late.
They call me now, and they've been coming every week.
There you
Shut
go.
up,
So you
that's
see?
awesome.
Every
See?
week. And you know something? My son called me and says, are we doing Sunday dinner? But I had some other things. I got people coming in, and we had to clean the house. All this. I
Right.
said, no, we'll do it the following week. But the day
That's
call to
great.
me, it just moved the whole world. I'm saying the whole world's upside down.
But you know what? That's where you start. If families got that through
Exactly.
their heads, right? Because that's old school right there. I think it's so important. I mean, I don't do it with family dinners on a Sunday, but I do it in different ways with our family because I think it's so important. Like disconnect and go and spend time with each other and enjoy.
Think about how crazy that is. I mean, family dinner was something that was 7 days a week when I was growing up. Like
Right.
it was not the norm, to actually go out once or twice a week. And now we're
But
sitting
you
here
have
saying,
old school tradition.
I do. I have old school
know you
tradition.
do.
My father was a Holocaust survivor and
Oh,
was of a
was he
different
really?
generation.
I've
Yeah,
heard
and-
when you talk to people, it's like
absolutely,
you're
and
from
that's how
yesteryear.
that's how I raised my son. Also, it's very important to have those dinners and those moments together. I mean, it's crucial, and so I think yes, it starts off at family.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And yes, Gio, I know you're listening, but you're not old school. You want to be old school.
Who's
'Cause
this?
My son.
Gio.
Gio's the one that created that. If it wasn't him,
wow.
he did it at 14 years of age.
Did he really?
Yes.
See, then you did something right.
It's probably the only thing I did right. But he put this whole thing together, and then I saw a concept, and I sold it. And I used to do this before anybody did. I did this before Facebook, everybody else. He put
Wow.
it together. So he has programs that if they work, you could put this on. We could do this on television. It's that good.
Wow.
It is that good. And I'm not blowing his horn. I hate to admit this, but he's pretty good. So he's
You
telling me
hate to
he's
admit
old
it.
school. But it's nice because now my parents, God bless, they come in. I got another layer of that old school.
Sure.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's kind of moves things along. But I think old school is the best way to go. I think
Yep.
what's
Yeah.
happening today, there's just too much confusion.
Yeah.
Too many choices. What gun do I buy? Do I get a Glock or do I get a 45
No.
Magnum?
That's the choice you wake up with in the morning, Freddie.
I have. I I have.
Too many choices.
wait.
Oh yeah, I go through
You,
that
you
every
and I
morning.
stand in front of
Listen.
the closet wondering what blazer. He's like, what gun am I going to put?
That's a weird
I'm
priority.
thinking about where am I going to put my concealed weapon.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. You got to remember, I live in the country club, and I set an alarm at night. What the hell is that?
I
all
know.
about?
Wait a
It's
minute.
different.
Are you packing now?
Yeah.
You're packing heat? What?
Why not?
Because you have a right.
For his crazy fans that
But do
come.
you
Don't you
know,
know the
I know-
stalkers
I
that
know,
come out for
Listen,
Freddie?
Liz, we had to back them up on the front door. We were like, no, Freddie is not
Freddie,
available.
yeah, we have
No,
to
but
get
the
those
bottom
bodyguards.
line, the bottom line is I got to do another station. I work till 8 o'clock at night. You know,
Yeah, lots
down
of
at the other
equipment.
station is I got to walk everybody down, make sure everybody gets in their car and leave. Right?
Yeah.
I hate it when my hosts stay and they start texting in the parking lot. I'm like, you got to go.
I gotta go.
Got to get out of
It's
here.
not that
because
dangerous
it's
over
dangerous.
there. It's not that dangerous over there. It's Boca.
Do you know that more people die during Christmas in the parking lot? I just saw this on
Yes, I
Channel
saw
12.
that.
People run you over in the parking lot.
Really?
Okay.
It's true.
It's insane.
It's a
All right, so
lovely
let me
statistic.
ask you this: have you had a situation
Yes.
where you have,
No, what?
where you've had to use, your
No, I was an auxiliary once in New York City, auxiliary police officer.
Oh,
course he
And we
was.
put on the sheriff's badge when you have the uniform, right? So I was with Corpito. Now you're gonna make fun of that name. That was his name,
Corpito.
what
Corpus.
is this?
Corpito.
Corpito?
Corpus. Corpus Figueroa. Great
Corpus
friend of mine.
Figura?
He was like my little brother. When I
Good
grew up.
lord. That's some name.
I'm gonna tell you, but he was a huge guy, right? So we were auxiliaries, and we're going down.
That's why.
We're going down Seaman Street,
Oh my gosh,
No,
you're kidding
stop
me.
it.
Seaman Avenue,
Are you
on
making this up?
Seaman Avenue on Cumming Street. That
Oh,
was
no.
my beat.
No,
Swear to
no,
God,
no,
look
no.
it up. It's
That
in
can't be
Washington
true.
Heights.
Connecticut, Google it.
It's in
Google it,
Washington
'cause I don't
Heights. It's
believe
on
it.
180, 203
Can
Street.
you
In the Heights?
In the
Where do you
Heights.
live?
I'm surprised
I
we
don't
didn't
wanna-
buy a house on that street,
No,
Freddie.
so I asked my sergeant. I said,
would move.
I
I'd be
said
like,
to
I'm-
my
I'm
sergeant, I
gone.
said, Sarge, can you move us? And he says, why? Santorin says, Seaman Avenue and Cumming Street? Come on, are you serious? I gotta go home and tell my parents this. And he says, that's your beat. So
Wow.
we got on the radio, we got a call that says,
Oh,
guy
yeah,
with
look
a
at
gun,
that.
it was a call.
It
Right?
You found
does?
it? No
It's the-
way.
Stop it.
It's
Swear to
the
God, it's a true
intersection
story.
of Seaman Avenue and Cumming Street.
That is one politician with a great sense of
I'm
humor.
telling you.
Let me
And
tell
there is,
you.
there is a Dunkin' Donuts there. They used to give us coffee and donuts all the time for free. And then I got in trouble because we weren't allowed to take gifts.
Oh, there's
So
some
we
nice
get this
apartments
call
there.
about a guy with a gun, huh?
Well, of course there has to be nice apartments. Who wants to say I live in the corner of? I can't even see
That's
it.
an
That's
exclusive
street and that
area.
street.
That is.
That's why
yeah.
they put me there, because they're away from the drugs and everything.
There are a lot of pictures of the two signs together, you know,
Yeah.
when they're intersecting. A
Well,
lot of pictures.
how can you
True
not?
story. That's a true
Wow.
I'm
story.
surprised I've never heard of this.
Wait, where is this again? In New
This
York?
is in New York,
Washington
in Manhattan, in the
Heights.
Inwood section of Manhattan, up in the Heights.
In the Heights.
Cocaine capital
I
of the world.
promise you that the next time I'm up north, I'm going to.
Oh, you
go.
know
I don't
it's a
think you
beautiful
should.
area.
I'm gonna
No,
take
it's
a
a
picture.
beautiful.
Erica, I don't
It's a
think you should.
Erica's a beautiful
What we're
place.
hearing.
So the guy
Unless
had,
Freddie's with you packing, then
so the
you
guy
can
had
go.
a gun, right? And we ran the other way because we didn't have nothing. We weren't allowed to carry. So they
Oh.
wanted us to become police officers and carry and the whole nine. I said, I'm done with this. And I left. But that's a true story.
Wow.
We used to be in the Heights.
I like
Of,
it.
of all the places to be an auxiliary cop,
Connecticut's looking for realty.
And there are a lot of beautiful hardwood floor apartments with
oh, absolutely. They have,
Oh,
they
she's
have
already
sunken,
looking
I'm
into
telling
the
you,
real
she's-
estate.
they have sunken,
She's shopping.
they have sunken living rooms.
I love that.
Oh, I
Ooh, parquet
love that.
floors.
No, no, it's
There's
a
a place
nice
here with a
place to
parquet
live.
floor. Do you know what a parquet floor is?
Yeah, I used to do parquet floor.
Okay, well, there's a lot of places here.
Yeah.
With, maybe you did these.
Freddie, you
Maybe.
sound like you have a pretty interesting resume.
Oh, I'm
Between-
Italian, honey. I
Between
used, to,
packing heat and then you did floors and now you're in radio.
I used to be in construction.
You have no idea. He's climbed Mount Everest. He's been
You
on
have
the moon.
No, I have not.
Okay.
Stop
Jack
it.
of all trades.
I was
My,
about to say,
my,
wait.
my father had a construction company for 56 years, and I worked with him. So we went and we did some fire escapes
Okay.
in the Heights, in the Inwood section of the Heights. And we're painting these fire escapes. Now you have to bang them out, you got to scratch them up, you got to get them all. It's metal.
Right.
And then you have to paint them, right? Guy comes out and says, "Yo, that's a nice job you got going on up there. I love those fire escapes." I said, "You do, huh? Thank you." And he just went on, and I said, "What is wrong with this maniac? Why do you like him so much?" "Well, those are mine. That's my building, and you had to do the ones to the right of it."
Wah, wah.
So I looked at my father. I said, "Dad, what do we do?" He said, "Start all over again."
Oh my god.
It's a true story.
Now, do you have to put a primer on them?
Yeah, you had to prime. You had to paint them 3 times.
Holy
virtually.
moly!
It took us 2 weeks.
Did you finish the guys? Did you?
Had to. The guy says you don't finish, I take
Yeah.
you to court.
Wow.
So you got a free job.
He got a free job, and he wanted them back to the original colors. I had to paint them a 4th time.
What?
Sure you never made that mistake again.
Never again. I used to make people sign.
Only you, Freddie.
Is this your building?
Only you, Freddie.
Well, hello.
Listen, I painted also hallways in buildings, in wrong building.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, listen, Freddie. I'm just very glad that
Oh,
that happened to
Freddie.
you because now you're in the radio business. Apparently, this is where you need.
This
I
is where
got out
he
of the
is.
construction
He needs
business.
to be.
you know?
Yeah.
I worked with a guy down in Miami, and we put the Forge together. Forge restaurant.
Of course.
I remember
Put
that
that
place.
together. Yeah.
Still there.
Still there.
Wow.
And Linda likes to impress people. So she said, "Come on, let's take the kids to dinner. $600
Yes.
later." She says, "Are you guys impressed yet?"
Is this the Sunday dinners that your children
No,
are
no,
so
that's at home.
Right,
excited
that-
about?
that
Because
they
I
come
can
home
No, that's
understand
at
why
home.
now.
No.
Listen,
at
if that's the kind of Sunday dinners you're having,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
come
coming
over.
too. Yes.
I
Can you
invite
adopt me,
everybody.
please?
I got an open door policy.
Okay.
Just leave cash at the door. But no, no. The Forge thing is to try to impress people. But I've had a very interesting life. I've led maybe 3 or 4 different types of lives, and I've been in everything.
Well, you know what? We were just saying that I've had profession after profession myself. You know, I stumbled into right out of high school. I was working for attorneys, and I did that for 17 years. I worked for personal injury attorneys, and then when that I knew that was just a job that paid bills.
Did you
I-
like that job?
I liked it. The last 5 years I did it, and it may seem a little morbid, but I worked for an attorney in Boca, actually. We're really good friends, and he did insurance defense, and he got all the stuff that you see on
that
TV.
to me is kind of boring.
But it's not because of what I would do. But then, again, I left, because I'm an artist, right? So
Yeah.
I was just like...
Draw
that was just
pictures or
the shit.
something.
Stop it. So I went back to school, and I did interior design, and then I started
Now that I
doing
like.
interior design.
I did some material design. That's what my job was at the Forge, was to pick up all that material you see. And then I had to
Oh,
go.
really?
People would tell me, "What are you, stupid? That doesn't go with this." What do I know? It's on sale.
That's
But I also work for Corporation Counsel in Manhattan, which is Family Court,
Oh, okay.
and I also work for Legal Aid.
Right.
Is this the resume show? Just
The
asking.
resume. No, Liz, you have
but
to
Liz,
start
this is
throwing
No,
about-
no,
here.
I don't need to.
This is
No, I
about.
like it. I'm finding
This
out
is
all
about
the.
New
I want to
York.
find out the secrets. Can we go back to what you started the show with about that Thanksgiving crazy things or
Yes,
Yes.
something?
the
Because I
crazy
really,
things.
I'm
You
so
wanna-
waiting
He left
for
us
it.
What do you?
hanging.
What
I've
do
got
we
one.
do on
Right.
Thanksgiving Day? Do you use a red tablecloth? Do you use a pink tablecloth? Is the red tablecloth the table bigger than the blue tablecloth? Do you use a
This
little
is the
green
challenge.
tablecloth?
This is very Puerto Rican, by the way, what you're
Do you
saying.
go commando
what the
and
colors
not use any
represent?
tablecloth?
Do I know what the colors represent?
Yeah,
The flag.
It's the political stuff.
Oh.
Politics, Republican,
Are
Are you
Democrat,
serious? At
Green
Thanksgiving?
Party.
That's
Yeah,
the last thing I'm
This is
thinking.
what they do.
Listen, I use a white tablecloth with gold trimming.
That's it.
trimmings on
You,
it.
you
That's
put
it.
out the plates and all that.
I do. But I have people coming
You have,
over, so
you have
know you
somebody
have to kinda
serving,
look
or
like...
are you serving?
No.
And
You know, when I cook, I serve.
you cook when you cook.
When
man.
I cook.
Okay, it's a long
Listen,
time.
I have a lot of other talents. Cooking is not
Cooking ain't one of them.
Although I'll tell you, my apple pie is
the best?
to die for.
All right,
along
next
with
time you
my
come
bacon
here, you have to
turkey.
bring it.
I'm gonna bring it.
Liz will help you cook because she's a great cook. She just doesn't have any.
Are you?
She doesn't have any place to cook.
Yeah. No, yeah. I don't have the fridge,
She doesn't have a
but
fridge.
Do you like to cook?
I love to cook. When I have
Okay.
the time, I do like to cook. Definitely.
When you make the time, you like to cook.
When I make the time, yeah. When I have the time, not make
So
it. I
what's-
can't make it. I've been learning how to make it and create
You know,
time,
you are
and
the
I want
most
to add a
busy
few hours.
person I've ever met. Liz, are you busy? No. Oh, wait a minute. Phone calls coming in 3 days later. Oh, Freddie, I forgot to call you back. I've been busy.
Do you know why I'm busy? And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm sure you
Tell
will
me why.
relate to this, Erica.
Oh, it's only
because
you relate, yes.
as a single mother,
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
will not sacrifice my time to my son, meaning that I juggle work, I juggle business, I juggle all my responsibilities, but when I'm with my son, I'm with my son, and he is number one, especially at his age that he's at. So That's why I'm so
It's
busy.
3 days.
That's it. You know.
You know, it takes 5 minutes. It takes 5 seconds
You
to kill a
totally
mosquito.
bypassed your
Yeah, I
heartwarming
don't
story.
wanna-
right? Wasn't
You and I get
I don't
it.
wanna
yes,
hear
right?
that.
You're,
Our
you're
sing-
with
we
me.
were single
Exactly.
moms.
Exactly.
Listen, I don't want to hear
You know,
that.
people are
I
like,
was,
oh, here texting time.
I
got
was a
time.
single dad.
Yes, you
Okay.
were.
And
Were
I
you
took-
really?
You can relate.
And I raised my kids when Michelle decided she wanted a career, and I said go for it. And I used to take care of the kids, and I used to cook. I used to
Well, that's
do
admirable
cleaning.
because you're one of very rare people.
Yeah, listen, it got to be done. You ain't gonna live in filth. The kids got to eat. They got to. And then I
Right.
was their coach. I was on the field 7 days a week.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I was. And then I used to go to work at night, which was really bizarre. But anyway, it worked. I used to do mortgages.
And I'm sure when people called you, you would say, I'm sorry, I can't talk. I'm
No,
busy because
I
I'm
didn't.
either on
Correct.
the field or making dinner
did-
or cleaning.
I didn't do that. You know what my kids used to say, and Gio will testify to this? Dad, you can get off the phone? And then Michelle wanted to sew the phone on my ear because I was on
No,
the phone all the
let me
time.
tell you something. I've turned a corner the last 2 weeks because as an entrepreneur, and you know this because you're in a business that you created, you started, so you pretty much just dove right in and personal life goodbye, right? Until you set it up, and that means you're completely absorbed with your technology and your emails and this and that. And I noticed that I was getting so absorbed, I was forgetting that life was around me. So here I am designing Life of Purpose. That's my company, right? So I'm sitting there helping all these people, but I was being like drained out of it because that's what I was doing. I have adopted the last 2 weeks to put my phone away, except for this weekend, but that doesn't count. So it's a work in progress.
That's why
Listen.
when I texted her, you want to do the show, I waited 3 months before she answered me. She did a Becker.
She pulled a Becker.
She pulled the Becker.
This
That's
week,
the
At
new
least it
thing,
was
the
only
Becker.
3 months, not 3 years. to fix it.
It only comes in threes. Listen, the bottom line is, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take your son. How old is your son?
he's 18. He'll
How's
be
your
19.
son?
He's 12.
We're going to take everybody's kids and we're going to form a company.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we're gonna decide what that company is gonna be, and we're gonna let them handle it. And you watch if they're gonna say, "Hey, Mom, I'm busy, but I'm gonna stop doing what I'm doing." They're like sponges; they go right ahead and they attack everything.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
They
No
do.
problem.
My son studies with his headset on. He's, typing something and he's reading at the same time. I'm like, Christian, that's like overload. He's like, Mom, I got it. But, his grades are A's. So I'm like, okay, I guess I got to step away because it's not my style.
I did editing with music for the first time in all my years. On Sunday. I never done that before, and it moves you because the music sort of stimulates your.
Yeah.
What do you call that, doctor?
Dr. Liz Becker.
Well, it depends on what your preferred sensory
She
sensory
knows.
is.
She does.
If you're more
It's
auditory, it's going to move you, and if
Yeah,
you're
and it
auditory
moved me.
kinesthetic, it'll move you, and you'll feel the music.
She has all
it
the
depends.
words. Didn't I tell you she speaks brilliantly?
Love her.
No.
Love her.
Brilliantly. You can't find her. We won't see her for 3 years.
No, you will, I promise.
Oh,
Well,
don't
you-
say
you
that.
and
Now
I
that I'm
need to hang out with
driving
our
more,
boys.
Absolutely. Can't you
I'll
move the
contact
studios
you
to
and then you-
Miami? I'll be there
contact
every
you and you
morning.
can contact her.
Listen,
Send me a driver.
Liz,
and I'll
Liz,
be there every
you
day.
and I will schedule so you can meet with Freddie.
Okay, no problem.
Liz, I want you-
I'll go
I
through.
want
I'll
you
get
to-
my lawyer to call your
Right,
lawyer.
right,
No.
I want you to bring your people up.
Absolutely, we have incredible
And I
incredible
want to do
professionals.
a case study here.
Absolutely, let's do it.
I want
You
to
know
bring in
that.
a live victim.
Absolutely. Listen,
It wasn't fair for men, and I'm being honest now. It wasn't fair for men 10, 12, 14 years ago
No.
through the divorce process in Florida.
Right.
And let's be on point with that. We got beat up pretty bad.
It was, and
It
I
sucked.
found it unfair because I'm not about male bashing. I think it's both of you walking away. It shouldn't be like that. There's
Yeah.
a lot of
Exactly, it's
legal
both
laws
ways.
that I'm
You know
not.
what? I'm gonna
okay
have a
with.
statue made after you, but I'm gonna tell you, I got some bad end of the stick there. A lot of karma coming, a lot of ways.
a lot of ways.
But now that this thing has changed, how's the alimony situation in Florida?
The alimony, well, they just tried to pass a bill last
who
year,
it-
and
I
they
know who it is.
didn't. They rejected it. Yeah.
That was my
because it
lady that was doing that.
Yeah,
A lady
it
friend of
was.
mine.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, they
I heard.
incorporated
Scott-
the whole time sharing
Scott killed it,
process
right?
in it. Yeah, but that was because they
But
they
that was 2 years
incorporated
ago,
something else in
Liz.
it. No, that was last year. It just started last year.
Really?
That it was just it was this year, the beginning of this year actually, that they vetoed it. But it's changing. I mean, there is reform in alimony as well. It's changing slowly, and there are a lot of changes. I think that
It's crazy law.
it's different, and this is the whole point.
It's permanent.
Is
I know. I have a friend of
It's,
mine
you
that's
know-
still paying, and I'm just sitting there. Wait, and she's moved on. Doesn't matter. And I'm like, that's so unfair. It's so
Yeah.
unfair.
You
to the
can't
man.
even give it back. You can't give it back. It's
No.
illegal to give it back.
Yeah.
What kind of crap is that?
Listen, there's
That's
this
sad.
is a crazy thing about divorce, and there's so many different sides to it. You know, in our chapters, we did it so that you have up to 3 professionals from the profession, the chapter, for a reason, because there's so many different kinds of divorces that you need different kinds of professionals, even in the same industry. And, you know, there's no judgment on one way or the other, because every situation is different.
Right.
And just as there's a man that's, you know, getting, I don't want to use this word, but getting screwed by it, there's
Right.
a woman that's also getting it.
Really?
And,
Correct.
you know, there's
That happens?
and it
Are you
actually
sure that happens?
does.
It
Because I didn't hear
I
no.
think that
Freddie.
I
didn't
think
hear
it is.
that.
I think that everybody
Okay.
at some point,
At
you
some
know,
point.
nobody walks out a winner from
Nobody.
divorce. Really,
No.
they don't. It's just a process that's difficult, and that's why we put this together to really try
Okay.
to
I'm gonna
help
trust.
that.
I'm
You
gonna
know,
trust you on that one.
yeah. Honestly, it's really. It has to change. Something has
Now
to
they're
change.
texting me. Everybody wants to ask. Well, you're married, right?
I'm married.
Okay. Will you remarry?
I'm not. No.
No,
Oh,
will
will
you?
I? Sure, absolutely. If
So
I-
you have no problem going through the process again.
No, well, you know, the rates of divorce increase
It costs you more
by
now.
marriages. So the second marriage, the divorce rate is higher, and then third marriage, it's even higher. than
It's
that.
non-existent.
Is it
really.
really?
Yeah,
Well,
unfortunately.
you know what, I
would
think
think
it
that
is-
people learn, but unfortunately, I guess they don't.
I think the key component is, or what happens is on the second and third marriages is you don't have the patience anymore. You're just kind of like, no, I've been through this. I was just having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine where we were saying that the older, because the dating scene now, not to get into that, right? But the dating scene now, especially in Florida, is so difficult
yeah.
for women because I'm sorry, Freddie.
For
this
women?
This is the small part where I'm going to be male bashing a little bit.
Men suck.
You know,
can say it.
men don't suck, but some of the
we-
ones in Florida do because
We
they
stink.
they treat these relationships like the
Disposable,
tours,
like you
right?
said.
But
like
that's
a, like
because
a little tour
they've
guide.
been burned, Erica. I mean, you know, guys get
I
hurt
agree.
too.
I agree. No,
We
I
bleed.
agree. I agree.
You bleed? Let me see.
No.
Freddie, show me.
Get
show
that
me.
knife away from me.
That's
no,
the next
no,
show.
He's packing heat.
Let's
Remember,
watch
you got to be careful.
Listen, but let me ask you a question. Relationships change. Women in Florida and men in Florida, you ever notice that in this state, because you come from another state, nobody's from Florida, very rare. Very
Right.
rare. And they move around a lot. And moving around a lot stimulates, I'm not committed. There's just no commitment. There's no, let's roll up
Yeah,
our
that
sleeves
could be it.
and do it. And then there's the crazy factor.
The crazy. That's a
There's
big
the
one.
crazy. There's
Holy
the
No, but
baggage.
listen,
smokes, what's
my-
in the water?
My girlfriend and I were talking, and we're saying, you know, I'm in my 40s, she's in her 30s, and she says, I just don't, you know, I'm an established woman, I live on my own, I handle my own business, right? And she's like, I just don't have the patience for somebody to come here and want for me to, you know, raise them or teach them. It's like, no, you should be to par. So that's the problem is the patience is like yay big by the time you get to second or
what
third.
patience? It's a business deal.
It's a
And Liz, I
business
think you
deal.
would appreciate this. It's a business deal. So you want to get hooked up. This is the business at hand first. Because bills got to get paid.
Sure.
Money's got to be brought in. What are you bringing in? What am I bringing in? How's it going to be spent? It's a business deal. Negotiate a good business deal.
There's so many components to it.
And then get married.
Yeah, there's so many components. to it,
Hopefully
really.
you're listening because my son
It's-
called me this morning.
This is the one that's getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's scared to death.
Tell-
And,
tell him to
he's
give me a
losing
call.
his hair.
Tell Freddie
Dude,
Jr.
you
to give me a
can't
call.
put that out on the
Oh,
air.
I don't
I'm
have
sure
to.
you're.
They told me I stay quiet. They said, "Look, he's losing his hair, Dad." I said,
That's
It's a stress.
terrible.
"Blood pressure's through
Stress
the
for the
roof."
wedding.
He's like this.
That is terrible.
She's all nervous. You know, she's kind of calm. I don't know if she keeps it in. I said, "You guys are getting married next year in a couple of weeks. Are you ready for this?"
Oh my gosh, like you're
So I said,
making it worse.
Can you imagine
Light
him as
the
a
fire.
father-in-law?
"I'm the best."
Yeah, he would be the
You are
best.
the best.
Oh,
Like when they bring me
Freddie.
those kids, I said, "I'll see you in a couple of days."
Yeah.
Now, do you
Mine?
have grandchildren yet?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm 54. Take it easy.
Well, if he's
Listen.
getting married now, just get ready. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe they're going to
prepare,
be coming
prepare.
sooner than you think if the
I don't have
wedding
a
is so
problem with
quick.
that. I don't have a problem with that. If my kids brought me their children, they're mine. You know, what's mine is mine.
Right.
And when I give it back to you, it's yours.
your problem.
That's right. So I take them to the zoo and I do what I got to go do.
Aw.
I got no problem with that. I used to bring my nephews with me to different places. I'll never forget. Webster Avenue, all the prostitutes were there.
Oh my.
Was that on the corner of
So I
Seaman
told- No, this is a
and
different place.
Street?
But the funny thing is, they went and they told their parents on me. I says, I didn't take them there. I had to drive through there. Very bad. But I have fun with
Terrible.
kids. Me and kids. We
No,
tight.
note to self, Liz.
Yes.
He's not babysitting.
Yes. No,
Why
you know
not?
what? I don't know. I trust Freddie. I
Listen,
would.
you
I
can
would.
eat. I shouldn't say that. One of the hostess from the other station, she brought me her daughter.
Really?
She did a 15-minute sit. No, she brought me her son, and the kid was screaming and screaming and screaming.
How old?
Oh my God, he was going crazy. So I said, "What do you want, a beer or something? I mean, what do I got to give you, a shot?" So I got him an aluminum foil ball.
But how old was he?
Yeah, how old?
Couple of months. He looked like, you know.
Couple of months.
He had
Couple of months?
Well, he had a pamper on him. He was maybe a year.
So he was a toddler.
So you don't know the
He
difference
didn't
between a
walk.
couple of
Right, I
months
don't
and
know.
a year.
But he couldn't walk. No, maybe a year and a half.
Good luck
Yeah.
with the grandchildren.
Oh my God, he was screaming.
So you
Aluminum
had a
ball boy.
I gave him an
beer.
aluminum ball.
you had a toddler. You had
Yeah,
a little
he was a
toddler. Okay.
Well, I don't know what he was. He was a
I
rainy
thought maybe he was
lunatic
like
screaming.
10 or something. He's
Yeah.
screaming.
You,
No, he wasn't 10.
You
Well,
look
if
like
he was
you're
2
going
months,
to be
it wasn't
those,
a toddler just yet.
And
You
Liz,
look, he
take
looks
it
like
easy.
he's gonna be that grandparent that the kids are gonna love
Oh,
because
absolutely.
he's gonna spoil
It's
them.
us
would,
against
definitely.
them. That's
Yeah.
there. And then my kids. I'm gonna tell you, karma sucks, and I'm about to pay back every ounce of it.
That's terrible.
Oh, you don't have no
you
idea.
have an agenda already.
Let's go to the department store. Let's buy. Oh, you can't have it. Tell your parents.
Oh my God. That's
4 minutes already?
Oh, wow, that was
having
like
a
quick.
lot
Yeah, we
of
never
fun.
took a break, so you got
I know.
extra.
Otherwise, it would have been shorter. All right, Liz,
my
give us
gosh.
info on how we can
Sure.
find you.
Well, if there's any professionals out there that want to join or find out about us, we have chapters,
Yeah.
like I said, everywhere: Fort Lauderdale, Boca. We're launching in Delray, Coral Gables. You go to www.thenadp.com. So it's the NADP.com.
Is there a phone number?
It is 1-800. Do you know that?
No, you're looking it up.
1-800-THE-NADP is the number. Oh, sorry, it's 888-NADP-365.
Do you have any seminars or meetings coming up?
Yeah, we have meetings. Usually the first 2 weeks of the month is the meetings, and you can attend and register online
Where?
for a guest. We have in Boca. We have 2 locations in Boca. One meets at Capitol Grill the first Monday of every month. We just launched a breakfast chapter in Boca, which is meeting the first Friday of the month, I believe. I believe it's
Let
December
me know
2nd.
when it is. I'll go down there.
Yeah, for sure. I'll have you on. That'd be great.
no,
And
and
then we have
I'm
in
definitely
Fort
gonna.
Lauderdale.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to my friends.
We
at-
just launched a plantation too. I said
Oh,
you
that's where
mentioned.
they are because they do
Great.
every second Saturday of the month at the West Regional Library. That's where they meet up at 10 o'clock in the
Perfect.
morning. But I'd love to get you connected with them because if
Absolutely.
they haven't already. Well, we have a mutual friend, Tammy Berman.
That's right. That's right.
Love
I
her
know
to
Tammy. I
pieces.
know
She's
her
one
from
of the
work. They're
ones
great.
that is part of that.
Excellent. Yeah. So
that
please,
group.
just make sure you come on by, come see meeting. If you're fall in one of those categories, it's just
Yes.
great members. And also, there's consumers out there that are listening that are going through divorce. Our members are really, right now, we're not open to the public, but when we are, in reference to the consumer, they'll know. It's sort of like a BBB type thing. They'll
it's
know
only for
that.
business people right now.
Right. They'll know that these
So do I
members
have to wear
of the
like glasses
NADP
and a mustache?
Absolutely. The suit, the 3-piece suit. If you want, you can do the tuxedo.
Well, if they reach out to you, you'd be able to refer them to the professionals that they are part of your
exactly.
groups, which is great. So it's a
Right.
win-win
Right.
regardless.
Media's already doing that.
And if
they
you see,
know that our
and if
members
you
are
see
great.
Liz Becker there, jump up and talk to her because
Please
she's
do.
a wealth of knowledge.
And
thank
she's a hugger. So
I
just
am.
love you.
I am
You
a
just give that
hugger.
vibe of being that.
Because you always
am.
got a home here, you know that.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you,
and
Freddie.
real quick, we got 2 minutes, and I know. Tell me how we find more about your
Okay.
stuff.
Design your life of purpose. I actually do 2 things. I do speaking engagements to mentor our youth. That is very, very much needed. And then I also provide assistance to small businesses and entrepreneurs to get their businesses set up the right way to market fairly in today's game, which is setting up their social media as well as their websites so that they can, use these platforms for free to market their business. It's not that difficult, and I help them get there. I
But
don't
that's very helpful.
babysit them.
That's very
I
helpful, what you
teach them, and then I get them on their way.
That's
like I was
right.
saying.
And we're going to pick
So-
up the slack from there.
Yes.
We're going to give them a platform to
Exactly.
play on. I don't want to go. How's that?
We can't do another hour?
Talk to Ken
Working.
Harris.
a lot of fun.
Talk to Ken
something
Harris
I came
about
very
that.
close to do it in 2 hours. All right, listen. It's time to wrap it up. This is the stuff that Dawn says. It's time to wrap it up and put it away and yada yada. You know what?
Stop.
Get back to work, you
Be
lazy
nice.
bums. Somebody got to do it. We
Start
will be
cooking.
back tomorrow. Dawn will be on set. And I'm sure she's going to chew my ear off,
The
but
lovely
she'll be here
Dawn.
tomorrow. I want to thank you guys for coming down and being
Thank
great.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for having
having
us.
me.
This was fun.
This is fun, and we'll do it again. And we'll see you tomorrow. And don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today's lunch break with two boys from Brooklyn. You're invited to join the break every day, Monday through Friday at 12 noon. So, if you missed some of the good stuff they served up today, there's more coming next time. Bring your lunch and the boys from Brooklyn will bring the smiles. And it's all live. See you next time. Now go and enjoy the rest of your day.
WBZT West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.